The concept all is mind suggests that reality is fundamentally mental or conscious. The esoteric meaning of all is mind is the foundational principle of Hermetic philosophy, as laid out in the Kybalion. It's the first and most fundamental of the 7 Hermetic principles, known as the principle of mentalism. Here's a breakdown of its esoteric meaning. The universe is a mental creation. That is the core idea that the entire universe, with all its physical manifestations, phenomena, and even what we perceive as matter and energy, is a mental creation. It exists within the mind of the All. The All refers to the ultimate unmanifested reality, the source of everything, often understood as God, spirit, or universal consciousness. Reality is consciousness-based. This principle posits that consciousness is primary. Before anything can exist physically, it first exists as a thought, idea, or mental image within this cosmic mind. Our individual minds are not separate from this universal mind, but rather a part of it, capable of participating in its creative process. As above, so below. This related Hermetic principle sheds light on all is mind. Just as our individual minds can create thoughts, dreams, and mental constructs that feel real within our subjective experience, so too does the All create the entire universe within its own consciousness. The difference is one of degree, not kind. If the universe is mental, then our thoughts and mental states are not just passive observations. They are active forces in shaping our reality. This is the basis for concepts like manifestation, positive thinking, and the idea that by changing our thoughts we can change our circumstances. It implies that our inner world, our mind, directly influences our outer world, our experiences. Illusion versus reality, relative versus absolute truth. From an absolute perspective, everything we perceive is a mental projection within the All's mind, making it, in a sense, an illusion. The esoteric understanding encourages us to recognize this underlying mental nature of reality without dismissing the importance or impact of our lived experience. If all is mind, then ultimately everything is interconnected within that singular consciousness. Separation is seen as a relative illusion within the grand mental fabric of the universe. We live and move and have our being within this universal mind. In essence, the esoteric meaning of all is mind invites a profound shift in perspective from a materialist view, where consciousness emerges from matter, to a mentalist view where matter emerges from consciousness. It emphasizes the immense power and creative potential inherent in thought and encourages individuals to become more conscious creators of their own reality by understanding their intrinsic connection to the universal mind. As we can see, the mind is a complex and multifaceted entity that encompasses various aspects of human consciousness, including perception, attention, memory, emotions, and thought processes. Let's break down the mind's multifaceted filters so we can grasp the magical creation of the mind for a better understanding of virtual reality. 1. Consciousness, the state of being aware of one's surroundings, thoughts, and emotions. 2. Perception, the process of interpreting and organizing sensory information from the environment. 3. Attention, the ability to selectively focus on specific stimuli or tasks, the capacity to store, retain, and retrieve information. Emotions, complex psychological and physiological states that influence behavior and decision-making. Thought processes, the mental operations that enable problem-solving, decision-making, and critical thinking. Now let's see how the mind works. The mind works through a dynamic interplay between different brain regions, neurotransmitters, and hormones. 1. Sensory input. The brain receives sensory information from the environment through sensory receptors. 2. Processing. The brain processes this information, interpreting and organizing it into meaningful patterns and concepts. 3. Storage. The brain stores this information in memory where it can be retrieved and used later. 4. Emotional regulation. The brain regulates emotions, influencing motivation, mood, and behavior. 5. Executive functions. The brain's executive functions, such as attention, decision-making, and problem-solving, enable us to interact with the environment and achieve goals. The mind is intricately connected to the body, with the brain serving as the central hub. The mind-body connection influences our physical health, emotional well-being, and overall quality of life. Given your interest in this content explains the frequency of your spiritual side of consciousness. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more content. Universal Consciousness signing out.